All right, what's up, y'all? Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna make a little video about how I do my commando attacks. Help the alliance out. Hopefully, you guys can watch it and learn something from it. I'll start this first video as my prep. My troop combination, museum, how I plan my attack, all that stuff. So my troop combination stays the same. I always use all fighters. That might change once I get the recon option, but in Space Age right now, I don't have recon, so I try to keep my commando and RPG close to even, like the same amount of RPGs and commandos. Right now I'm at 13 commandos, 14 RPGs. That will change as I get this guy done. So I'm still working on Sun Tzu and the troop capacity. All right, so that'll change. But again, try to keep it relatively even. As far as the museum goes, with museum, the perks that I try to focus on are all enemy defensive tower damage, bazooka damage, fighter damage, guerrilla damage. Enemy defender spawn time is a big one. I can actually get that up much higher. I think I get it up to 120 based on the artifacts I have right now. All enemy defensive tower hit points, that's pretty low, so I need to work on that. Bazooka hit points is a big one, but it's so hard to get a quality artifact for that. Same with fighter hit points, general hit points, and guerrilla hit points. Honestly, hit points is more important than damage, but it's just so hard to get the hit points when doing the artifacts. So here's a sample of one of my artifacts. This is actually a really good one. Only thing is I have a combination of defensive artifacts and offensive ones, so I've been crafting to try to get all offensive. So those are what I focus on there. My tactics. What do I do there with tactics? So I have 4 decoys, 1 assault rally, 1 first aid, 1 protect. And then I also have my blitzkrieg, my whatever it's called, strength of the gladiator, and scan, which I just got. I'm still getting used to using the satellite. As far as the mercs go, mercenaries, I go with the ones with the highest hit points, so heavy tank destroyers. I have 3 of those. I think I'll be able to improve my merc capacity by 1, so I think I'll be able to have 4 here eventually. But right now it's 2 of those, and then like Irish peacekeepers or something like that. So to scout a base, one of the things you're looking for is gates. Gates is super important. So let's see, my next target is number 3. All right, so first spy. Air defense damage, that's fairly significant, but I've got 3 coalitions on, and my fighter damage is up pretty high, so that kind of gets canceled out. Invading fighter damage, she's got me. Yeah, again, I cancel that out. Nothing really important here. Nothing that's going to make a huge difference towards my attack. Invading fighter hit points, I think I have enough to cancel that out as well. Yeah, so there's not a lot here, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's see about uni. In uni, what you got to worry about, this guy, if he has his, oh no, not this guy. No, hold the gates, where is he? So he's got Saladin done. So this makes things a little bit more difficult because of the wall and bastions, hit points being increased, and also the 25% faster defenders. My enemy defender spawn time cancels that out, but still, it takes a piece of it. And he's also got Tubman done. So this makes it more difficult for commando attack. With Tubman done, the houses spawn riflemen, and they'll take out your commando. So that does make things a little bit more difficult. Same with the RA. Rocket arsenals are always more difficult. So this one's going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. I also know that he has 2 Eisenhowers in his base. So yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Whenever you're scouting a base, looking for gates on the outside wall. All right, you see he's got his gates on the inside wall, but he's got nothing on the outside. So that means we're going to have to break a hole open for this attack to be successful. So there's no gates on the outside. You got to chart your path too. follow a path to make sure that they can come out, because there's a lot of people that will make their bases very tricky and it'll make it look like they have exterior gates. But if you try to follow the path, you'll notice that they don't have exterior gates. So that's a big tip right there, is make sure you can follow a path from the fort or the castle, the stronghold, and the town center. If you could follow a path all the way through the base and out the gates, and then you have a way. If not, you have to break a hole. That's super important. Because when you drop your first decoy, you're trying to get those generals out, the town center troops out, and the stronghold troops out. So if there's no gate, you have to essentially make one. So what it looks like here, I am probably gonna make a gate on near this merc camp. I'm probably gonna bust a hole there. Then I'll probably drop my troops next to this oil well. The reason I like to do that is it leaves all these farms and storehouse and all this, markets and things open for my RPGs to take them out real quick. It makes it much easier to get that 50% quick victory. So I try to drop my generals, mercenaries, and donated in an area where there's not a lot of those extra buildings, because the RPGs will be dropped in those areas to get that 50% quick victory. I always go for the 50% quick victory. So what I'm thinking is I will drop a commando here next to this merc camp, have him target that garrison right there, bust a hole in there, and then drop my generals and things right here. That'll lead them all out there. Hopefully that's far enough away from Angkor Wat that they don't get a health bonus. I know that spread is kind of big. I might have to rethink that, actually, because of Angkor Wat. Maybe I also like to have the generals get there first too. So actually, I think I might bust my hole right here. So I think I might drop my commando right here next to the Statue of Liberty and target that anti-tank gun and then bring them out. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I think, well, shoot. I don't know. Either one of those, that Angkor Wat, I know it's got a pretty big radius. Because what happens is you assault rally and your general's getting close. We'll see in the replay. We'll see what I decide. All right. But the big key is looking for gates on the exterior and making sure you can follow a path from the town center, the stronghold, and the fort to get out of that, out of the gates or out of the hole that you make. All right. So that's basically how I prep and plan. Hopefully that's not too confusing. And I'll make another video of the actual attack. Thanks. See ya.